Hi, VencoreWeather.com meteorologist Paul Dorian here on Monday, May 8th. A cool pattern began over the weekend in the northeastern part of the country thanks to deep upper level low situated right on top of the region. Because of a blocking pattern in the upper part of the atmosphere, everything will be slow moving, and it looks like this deep upper level low will keep us quite cool for this time of the year for the next few days. It then tries to push away from the northeast coastline during the midweek into the latter part of the week, but basically gets re-energized as it absorbs another upper level low that's now situated over the southwestern U.S. And so by the time the weekend rolls around, we'll again feature a deep upper level low over the northeastern U.S. and it could spawn a coastal system in the Friday-Saturday time frame that certainly could throw some rain into the I-95 corridor. Let's take a look at the 060 GFS forecast for 500 millibar height anomalies going forward. This is the current look here as of Monday morning, and we'll walk ahead in 6-hour increments. Again, all the blues here represent lower heights than normal, and indeed this is associated with a very cool air mass for this time of the year. We were down in the upper 30s in many suburban areas as we began the new work week, and the same situation will repeat early tomorrow morning and perhaps even early Wednesday morning with some 30-degree readings in the mid to upper 30s in some of the suburban locations along the I-95 corridor. Let's move forward and just notice how those blues pretty much remain in place here over the northeastern U.S. This is now, as we get into Wednesday, again, as I mentioned up front, it tends to try to push off the east coast, but notice another deep upper level low here over the southwestern U.S., ridging in between. This upper level low tends to weaken and then gets pulled in or absorbed by the northeastern upper level low. So by the time the weekend rolls around, and here we are now Thursday morning, that upper level low could cause some severe weather out here in the latter part of Wednesday into Thursday across the central plains. But notice what happens. It tends to weaken and gets pulled in, gets absorbed into the northeast U.S. at this stage here. Now we're talking at the end of the week, we're Friday night time frame. So by the time the weekend rolls around, nothing but blues showing up here. This is Saturday afternoon in the eastern U.S. and ultimately becomes a pretty deep upper level low by the latter part of the weekend, situated again right over the northeast U.S. So cool stretch for the next few days, primarily dry in D.C., Philadelphia, New York City, but then by Friday, Saturday time frame, a reinvigoration of the upper level low could spawn a coastal storm that could throw some showers or even some steadier rain into the I-95 corridor Friday, Saturday, perhaps even Sunday time frame. Well, let's now walk through the surface forecast maps, again using last night's 060 GFS, all of these maps from tropicaltidbits.com, and again, we'll use 6-hour increments. This is the current look. Notice some blues here across southeastern Canada. This air mass is so cool for this time of the year. There's some snow falling in the southeastern part of Canada at the moment here. Now let's move forward here. Since it's so cool in the upper part of the atmosphere, each day over the next few days will feature some clouds, especially midday and afternoon hours. Some cumulus clouds will form as a result of the instability from the heating of the ground in the lower part of the atmosphere. The sun is pretty strong already this time of the year, but very cool in the upper part of the atmosphere will lead to some instability and some midday and afternoon cumulus clouds, maybe even an isolated shower or two. It'll continue to be quite brisk as well with northwest winds, maybe 10 to 15 to 20 miles per hour over the next couple of days. Now by tomorrow morning, a little bit of an area of light rain here excuse me, over the Ohio Valley. That tends to stay south of the D.C. to New York City corridor. And here we get into Wednesday night and then Thursday time frame. Frontal system starting to set up here to our south and west. Low pressure now starting to develop here in the southern plains. That's associated with that southwestern upper level low. And again, there can be some severe weather in the Wednesday, Thursday time frame out across the southern plains here. We'll monitor that closely. And then as the week comes to an end, in terms of the work week, this is now Friday morning, low pressure starting to form in the south central U.S. At this time, that upper level low is starting to get pulled to the north and east, absorbed into the northeastern upper level low. And here we go. By the time Friday morning rolls around, a pretty good coastal storm here along the Outer Banks. Here comes Saturday morning. Some showers threatened, certainly Friday and Saturday in the I-95 corridor. Here by Saturday evening, a healthy-looking coastal low with rain from D.C. to New York City. This is now Saturday evening of Mother's Day weekend. And then another little upper-level system drops south and east across the Great Lakes region, and that drops into the northeastern U.S. and could affect things here by Sunday. This is now Sunday morning. A healthy coastal storm starting to pull away, but the Great Lakes low pressure area moving right on top of the region by Sunday night. Possibility of showers associated with that next system. And as we saw earlier, by Monday morning, once again, we'll have deep upper level lows spinning right over the northeast. So you can bet on cool conditions as well during the latter part of the weekend, early part of next week. Continuation of these bowling balls that cross the country and produce some unsettled conditions here in the northeast U.S. and cooler than normal conditions. That's it for now. For VencoreWeather.com, I'm meteorologist Paul Dorian.